Please, I can show you my ID card. I just want to know, like, why are they using MP5s for executions like this? I just feel like there's a more efficient ways to do it. Anyway, we get a song recommendations. The rapid sound of gunfire quickly silences the pathetic begging of what I'm going to guess is another scientist. So I played Opposing Force again a bit ago. All I can say is I like Blue Shift better. It only serves as another chilling reminder of the oncoming storm of shit. We're about... Jesus, why is this so loud? Like, I wish there was a way to set the volume. Like, directly, instead of having to bother with this tiny-ass slider, YouTube. It only serves another chilling reminder of the oncoming storm of shit we're about to find ourselves in. Beneath us, the lift continues to let out a metallic hum as it brings us closer and closer to confrontation. Take a shaky breath, gripping onto the pistol like my life depends on it. And in this case, I think it really does. It's between it, me, and everyone in front of us. What it? Thunk. With a hollow thunder, the lift comes to a stop, opening the gates and revealing a small warehouse of neatly stacked boxes. Thankfully, the boxes seem to block us from view from whatever the soldiers are in front of us. And when we stand there's the distant sound of gear chattering about, radio static conversation, and bloodied form of a scientist turned into Swiss cheese laying on the ground in the corner of some boxes. Gordon silently sprints forward, working the rifle in his arms before lowering himself to the ground and gesturing for me to come out. I comply, knowing damn well that he's trying to put himself first in the front lines of what's about to happen next. I can't help but look with a twinge of uncertainty and discomfort about how the guy's face just looks so cold. Like there's simultaneously a million thoughts going on in his... million thoughts and none going on in his head at the same time. What does a person who knows that they're about to get into a gunfight think about? Oh, I know, not getting shot! You know, I don't know if I like this song, it's because there's way too much drum going on. Also, like, Opposing Force is kind of boring. It has a bunch of weird moments where you have to work with NPCs, even though that's not very fun. The new weapons are cool, but it never really does enough with them, I think. And, like, I don't know, man. Like, it has interesting locales, but the level design is bad. I'm just a little sad. I'm just a little sad. What could have been great turned out to be, nah. I don't know, let's pull out something else. Let's go with Hyperlight Drifter today. Actually, let's go with a... See if we can find something with a bit of energy in here. Like, it really feels like none of the... Well, the combat encounters are in here. A little annoying. Maybe we'll go for something from Ringworld then. Let's go for one of the threat... Why are there two? Oh, they're in WAV form. And MP3. Depending on what flavor I want. Wow! Dude, I don't know how to feel about how they organize these track names. Jesus. Wait, are those... No. Connor... What are these name organizations? Dude, there's so many tracks. Admittedly, again, it is doubled up for some reason. You know, I prefer the original game where it's like, this is the spooky soundtrack for when things are about to hit the wall. Dude, come on. Snoodle. Snoodle? Sure, we can work with this. Give me a few silent hand gestures along the lines of I should stay back while he does the shooty bits. Gordon looks at me for a response. More than happy to go with the plan. I nod quickly before checking over my own equipment. A single gun and one extra mag. Watch out, world! Stooping down low to the ground, the human peers around the corner before making a beeline for something. Fun fact, technically speaking, one of the best strategies you can do is just run at them. I feel like at the early shooty stages, you really can't just get away with shooty. I swear under my breath, not being entirely prepared for this whole ordeal. Then again, it's not like I'll ever be ready for this. Okay, this song's a little too goofy. The surface, maybe? Okay, I think the the Watcher just has a bad soundtrack for this. Threat in Downpour might be a bit better. That's what I want. That's what I wanted! By the way, just for context, the pistol is perfectly fine for these guys. It does more damage than the MP5. It's more accurate, so it's easy to land headshots. I don't know if they even matter. But, like, the pistol is actually perfectly serviceable. Like, I'm pretty sure that when I use the MP5, I miss so many shots at the DPS with just the pistol, and staying accurate would be way better. Too low to the ground. He's like, oh man. Careful to figure out the box. I watch as Gordon takes cover and out of the stack. However, movement beyond his safe space catches my attention. My stomach drops. I'm met with a sight of well over a dozen soldiers all scattered about the room. They're not... Several dozens? It's not that intense in the game. Even in Black Mesa, I think it's pretty held back. They're all dressed in more or less the same outfit, some with or without helmets. Some got red hats. Look, Mom, new hat! All of them look armed for war by the looks of their massive and scary-looking guns scattered about, the majority idle about in the room's 2 levels. A few of them look down from an elevator walkway, while the rest of them scatter around the ground level, seemingly more than eager to shoot anything at a moment's notice. Warlord Bravo. Warlord 2 Bravo, this is Warlord 2-7. Radio check over. I flinch as a husky voice suddenly fills the room. Walking over from behind 2 concrete pillars, one of the soldiers wearing a weird red cap repeats the message. Warlord 2 Bravo, this is Warlord 2-7. You're... Oh, wait. It's the other guy. Warlord 2 Bravo, this is Warlord 2-7. You are 10 minutes overdue for your check-in. Send SIP rep to current grid, coordinate over. Oh no, that's probably the guy they shot. Only static fills the room as he lets off the button. Letting off with a satisfied huff, the soldier clips the walkie-talkie back onto his belt. Anything? The man shakes his head, scratching out his head. Nothing. You don't think that... Look. We all knew what we were doing when we signed up to this. Where's Shepard? God damn it, Shepard. Why are you helping the scientists? One thing I really like about Opposing Force is that it's like, it literally starts when like all the shit's already gone down, like way past the initial sections, which I don't like. It's like you're friends with the guys you're supposed to be, it just doesn't work. For me, it just feels like you could have had this really fun story where the player is the bad guy and switches sides when things get too bad. And instead it just starts there because it's weirdly afraid about the player having to be morally compromised. Just do a job, be out of here soon. Just gotta check in. Oh, god damn it, Olivia. Squad, we got contact! Move! Also, I really do like that in that game you start off with the revolver. You get the revolver like really early on, and it's really nice to get really tight on ammo. It's a fun little moment. It's just so sad that it doesn't keep it up. It's just like, no, I don't get ammo for my big guns. There are some sections where it does a lot with ammo, like especially the tunnels where you don't get some for a while. It's just a nice little pinch. It takes a split second for all hell to break loose. A thunderous explosion of gunfire suddenly erupts from throughout the warehouse, filling the space with a twisted concert hall straight from the deepest pits of hell. Surprisingly, the muffs on the helmet do a decent job of blotting out the noise. Still, it doesn't stop me letting out a panic yelp as I try to make myself as small as possible, as the familiar crack of bullets flying my way snaps above and beside me. Very quickly, all the shouting and gunfire makes into a singular, constant drone, so I try to make myself as small as possible. Holy shit, they're actually shooting at me! They're fucking shooting at me! I mean, yeah. I mean, they gotta throw a grenade real damn soon. You better swat with that tail. Throughout the chaos, an independent roar of gunfire sounds closer than the rest. Adrenaline's rushing through my veins, and I realize it's Gordon. Oh shit, Gordon! But even the straw mine furled just enough to peek through and get a better glimpse of the... A spray of splinters sparkles against my... Sparkle, against my face, as a stray bullet impacts the wooden crates before me. I yelp, duck back down, press myself against the box. Against my... To my horror, a single hole explodes off my head. Oh no! Video game logic isn't protecting me! The bullets are coming through the... It's wood, Olivia. Also, I love how this art really does display that thing is gonna do only so much, lady. Why did they put so much emphasis on making her eye so shiny, but everything else is using this very straightforward illumination? But like her eye gets the little sparkle. Also, I appreciate that she's not wearing shoes. Also, I thought she was wearing a white shirt. I guess I was wrong. Where's the vomit? But what I want to... she's probably still wearing her old pants. I think it was just the shirt that got destroyed in the process. The hoodie. Realizing my cover's nowhere safe as I thought, I scramble over to a small alcove to the side. Yeah, I don't know where this is, man. There's like several different firefights you have in this area. And I can't play Black Mesa anymore because it just keeps instantly crashing when I try to start it up. Try to make out Gordon in the Hellfire. Welcome to combat. You're going to freak the fuck out. You're not going to have a good time. And even with all the prep you've had so far, it's going to be hell. President conquer pillars of human, simultaneously blasting with his rifle while rushing between cover. He doesn't give them a second to breathe, bearing down on them with machine gun and shotgun, like a one-man army I've seen in video games. Because Gordon Freeman, I feel like, okay, listen, there's something I think this could do, right? There's something this needs to do. And that is acknowledge that this is a world of the genres. Like, this is a world where characters have monologues, right? Like, evolutionarily speaking, people just have monologues in this world and it's fine. You know, that's what I mean. Like, the trappings of the genre do not magically end because you started writing the story. If someone's doing a fucking monologue, that's because in this world, people can just have monologues. With that in mind, Gordon Freeman, portray him as like, why are you like this, Freeman? And it's like, well, because he's the protagonist. This is a world in which there is a character who possesses protagonist energy, because it is ultimately a world written from a writer's perspective. So Gordon Freeman is fucking bullshit in context. It's fine in context, but out of context, fucking absolute bullshit. But in the universe, everyone acknowledges it's weird and that he's extremely powerful, but his competency is just never actually, like, contextually up to question, right? Like, he just gets to fuck around and succeed. Right? Like, he operates with a level of, like, I feel that you can make a really interesting story of, like, why is he doing this? And it's like, because he's saving, right? Like, behind the mask, this character is, technically speaking, the singular execution of the save that succeeded. Right? Like, of all the things that have happened, this is the save file that makes it to the end. And I'm not saying that the character possesses the power to load and save, but, like, this is the script of the universe as it, you know, as it is perceived by the characters. And the one wherein the player has beaten the game, etc., etc. You know, like, there is no player. We're not saying that there's a meta layer to this. There's another layer to this. We're saying that from everyone's point of view, the only outcome is the one where the game is beaten and the story is successfully completed. So Gordon has plot armor because there is no technical free will, because he is destined to succeed, because that is the way the universe operates, is that Half-Life is finished, because that is the story that the creators of Half-Life wrote. The universe of Half-Life requires that Half-Life goes a certain way, and thus, by definition, even if Olivia shows up, it will finish the way it's supposed to. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, there's a fireball deeper in the room. It's almost like someone has slung a fucking grenade! Corman! Corman! And someone screams out, "Oh no!" Oh no. Run towards the smoke. Stray bullet reminds me very much of Still Out in the Open. Assholes. Appreciate you have time for that, buddy. I do appreciate that. If that's a guy Gordon shot, I do like that we're giving the Heku soldiers a little bit of leeway. Because I do feel that in the game, they really don't do a nice enough job reminding us that these are humans who are given a shitty job, but they're going to do it, you know? I feel like it's very easy to make Secret Servicemen look inhuman, but, like, these guys are going to go home and they're going to have a life, you know? At least acknowledge that, like, this shit sucks for everyone. It's just that they're the assholes and they started it, you know? Like, I don't feel like dehumanizing bullies is a good way to address bullies. Scrambling to the boxes where Gordon started the fight. I pressed myself. Yeah, I feel like Gordon's perspective would be way more interesting, because I honestly feel that Olivia is, like, the least involved in this situation. Also appreciate that she has the gun in her hand. Like, she's ready to use it. This is dumb. This is dumb. Also, because you don't have legs, it's like Olivia can't really participate in faster moving action sequences like these. I appreciate that we're focusing on the fact that, like, in a concealed concrete space, yeah, a gunfight would suck for your ears. Miserable. See if I'm a little piece of cover. Listen, if you're just going to blindly stick your gun out, you're far more likely to hit Gordon Freeman than anything else. Each pull. I mean, also the problem is I don't think you have, like, the wrist strength to do this with any degree of reliability. And I appreciate the author's aware of that. Because, like, you should not shoot without proper posture, man. Gangster shooting is how you shoot yourself in the face, by, like, the recoil sending it smacking into your nose. Beep, beep, beep. Ammunition depleted. You clanker. I don't know how to put gun food in gun mouth. Gordon had silently done his best to go over everything, but he failed to notice how to put more bullets in. He probably didn't tell you, like, the magazine should just slide in and go click, right? That is not, like, a process that requires any particular intelligence used, especially if you know how to cock it, if cocking is needed. I think the actual problem for Olivia is the far more simplistic situation of how do you release the magazine that is empty, that is inside right now, because that doesn't come out automatically. Crap nuggets. Stupid thing. How the hell do I... I mean, honestly, you might have accidentally set the safety as well, which is, like, the funny part. You know why I like Blue Shift so much is that it feels like a fun story. Right, like Blue Shift has a point to it, whereas opposing force is just like shit happens. You're trying to get out, shit happens. But in Blue Shift, like you were told to go find this guy, and then you find someone else, like, oh, he's not here, somewhere else. And it feels like there's this through line. Whereas with opposing force, it's like you showed up just to have an adventure. And it's not even a fun one. Realize I on the right pass, don't waste time, second putting it in, or at least taking a few tries. A new mag. Oh, if you told me at the pointy end, have to face a certain way. I feel, Olivia, that you should be better than this, considering everything that's happened so far. I racked the slide, I watched the satisfaction, spot a golden bullet slam into the open hole of the barrel. I guess, you know, again, I never use a gun myself, okay? But I do like, I imagine that what she's doing here, like, I always felt that when you slide it in, then the spring mechanism could be used to load the initial bullet. Or that when it's, you know, like it all clicks back into place because it's designed to work that way because it's easier to do. But I can imagine that what it does is but isn't it already like, man, I don't know how these things work. I'm not going to go to a range just to shoot a Glock just to figure out if this is accurate or not. Or why someone would ever design a gun to work like this. We have technology. Although I guess the Glock was made in certain design parameters, like often budget and like design constraints. Like it needs to be this big, this heavy. Turns out there's all kinds of soft factors that make weapons design very complicated. Pulling a rack to slide, what satisfaction is the golden bullet. Man, if you have a golden bullet, you have a problem. That gun's kind of weird. Sure, it's heavy, but... Move! Metallic boot falls. Metallic boot falls on metal. Digital monsters. Digimon. Gordon is not a Digimon. Please be nice to him. Trying to make out the human throughout the carnage with thick clouds of black smoke cover my view. I appreciate that Gordon Freeman has apparently already gotten a body count in the dozens in just the second room. Just like Ruin ROM for the arcade, or at least before they added the pedal. Hey, on the plus side, you don't actually need legs to shoot a gun. You're actually good to go. You're just a little lower down. Which, if anything, reduces your profile when you're standing up. Especially since you can use your tail for stabilization. Like, honestly, Olivia, you have a leg up, ironically. Setting myself up against the box, I take a weak breath. You want to shoot when you're exhaling. I don't know why, I've been told that it works better that way. I think because the exhale doesn't cause your body to move as much. Which is fair enough. Like, inhaling usually is more problematic. And also, you don't want your inhale to suddenly get interrupted somehow. Behind the iron sights, the actual gun's weight doesn't do the cheap plastic... Man, turns out that video game guns made for children are not as heavy as actual guns. I hate this. I genuinely hate anything that ever goes with the idea of, like, it's just like a game. Because guns are point and click. It's like everything about the gun's actual action that fucks you over. It's heavy, right? There's wind. There's air conditions to worry about. There's the fact that the recoil is going to mess up your aim and mess up your shot. Like, the gun might start moving before you've landed it because you need to stop that initial shockwave from throwing the barrel. Like, come on, man. Air fills my lungs as I take a deep breath. That's generally what breathing is meant to fucking do, author. Rather shaky aim. Goals who tries existence come to this very moment. I feel like your adrenaline is finally kicking in, Olivia. That's what's happening. But that doesn't mean you're gonna succeed. Also, I don't think this makes sense. I genuinely feel like Olivia's first kill should be a stealth kill. I feel like Olivia's first kill should be against someone who's not prepared at all, so that she can process the fact that she's a murderer. Like an absolute murderer. It doesn't matter if it's self-defense, Olivia. They're the government. It's still murder at that point. Probably, I don't even know, man. If you... God. I guess you're a combatant at this point. You'd be a prisoner of... Oh, man, that's a complicated situation. What would happen in that context? The legal ramifications of this are absurd, to say the least. Puff of red smoke. Puff of mist. Again, I feel like your first target should be someone that's unprepared, and it's like Gordon telling her, hey, take a cheap shot. Learn to, like, clear your head and just kill a man. And then we'll work you up to active combat zones. Also, I find it surprising that one bullet did this man in. Like, come on, man, they're wearing armor and helmets. Move! Close the fucking fire door! I love doing soldier grunts. They're great. I feel like Olivia should definitely have that moment, because I've said it 1,000 fucking times. Because it's a good saying, because it's like, it comes from a movie probably, but it's like, once you kill someone, you either sleep like a baby or you'll never sleep again. Like, the capacity to know that you can kill someone and that it was your hand and that you have extinguished life is something terrifying, buddy. Sneaks up on you when you least expect it. Familiar buzz of the red metallic doors, which is funny because you can just open them again. I think they're running away. I think we just run. Holy crap, did we just win? Did I win the video game? They probably were like, ah, shit, we can take one man in an orange suit, but one man in an orange suit and a green girl in a vest, that's a little too much for comfort. Holy after Jesus, we won. Did I? And she immediately realized, oh shit, I'm a murderer. Did I even need to? I feel like this story could earn so many points if the author acknowledges, did I even have to? I feel like Olivia should be asking the question, did I even have to? Did Gordon have this on lockdown? Did I do this myself for no good reason? Did someone die who didn't have to? Nothing. It's on Repetitions. Gordon, we won! Repetitions, we kicked their ass, and he's covered in several scratches, deep marks, and a few burns. His face not too harmed, and have a few open cuts, dribbling blood down his cheeks. There's nothing to say about what's beyond his face. While by all means he looks relieved to see me, it doesn't hide the empty look in his previously piercing gaze. I cover the end of my snout, stifling a gasp as he tosses his rifle over his shoulder and crouches down to my level. You're hurt. I'm fine. Seriously, Gordon, that looks bad. He presses his lips together as an exhausting sound. Beep, beep, beep. Minor lacerations detected. Warning. Reactive armor compromised. Gordon, why does the thing sound like shitty text-to-speech? My eyes go to his chest. Dude, even your armor, even your armor's telling you fucked up. Man, men are so closed up. They need their suits to talk for them. He's probably like, listen, I don't want to think about it. Can we just move? Well, still, while I get in. I appreciate that Gordon is like telling her to shut up. We gotta go. And then she sees all the bodies. And boy, are there bodies. There's bodies everywhere. Olivia, what the fuck did you do? By all means. I don't know why Black Mesa's crashing, by the way. It seems to be something to do with my video card. I did update the driver, so I don't know what it is. I think it might just be my laptop getting old. Who knows? Who knows? I've tried other options, by the way. I've tried to lower the visual settings, which should work. I tried lowering the fidelity settings. I tried the DirectX backup. I don't have anything from the workshop, so that shouldn't actually matter. It's a little lame. It's a little sad, because honestly, I was having fun doing another playthrough of that. It was kind of fun. What the hell is this? Oh, someone else is having issues. Don't AMD crash issue when you jump in a thing of water. I got denied a refund request for it. What a weird bug to have. Those problems are recent. They started after the Necro patch. What the hell? Man, this shit's fucking me up. Can I downgrade my patch? That might actually help them. Because I didn't have this problem before. The definitive edition might actually work. Before the when did I last play this? Unfortunately, Steam just refuses to give me that information sometimes. But I might go with that. November 2024 or March 2024. Man, this is interesting. I'm glad they kept these around. But maybe I'll roll back and see if I can go on, because I'm at Blast Pit, and around we got hostiles. It just started shitting itself all over the place. Might be the heat. Might be that the heat damaged my computer or something. Because boy, it's been hot, and I tried to play games like an idiot, like big intense games. I mean, Half-Life again. That runs like a fucking dream. So it's clearly the game or something. I'm gonna try that and see if it helps. By all means, I think my room is like partially warm because I and my computer were in it. Because when I came here back up a little bit. Anyway, Gordon left behind quite a slaughter. Let's actually put the music off because we're in a calm moment. Chunks of concrete and splinters. More concerningly, bloodied bodies. Listen, I don't know if you understand this, but there's two kind of ways a bullet can interact with a body. One, it tears it to shreds, and the other is it goes clean through. And you'd be surprised how easily a bullet goes clean through a body. And just leaves like a little dimple. Some have burn marks. Man, Gordon, why did you have to use your environment in clever ways to defeat your opponents? No wonder these guys started running. One-man army simply killed a bunch of them. There's a reason why they are specifically told to give up on Freeman. How is Gordon so naturally good at this? Like he's some sleeper super soldier. I've been making fun of it before, but now it's getting kind of crazy. How do I even broach the subject? Oh, hey, Gordon, you're very good at killing people. Go up the elevator to the catwalk, move around. Gordon's killing sprees seem to have reached even up here, with two soldiers laying in a pile of their own blood. My eyes gloss over their forms, intently searching one in particular. The closer we draw near, the more intense the pressure of the whole world. Did I actually shoot someone? I asked myself that question before earlier with the zombies, but then it's proving more of a mercy kill than anything else. Gee, why is my phone buzzing so much today? Like, I'm not expecting anything to happen. Oh. It's all these different things. It's weird. But now, oh wait, more skill than anything. But now these are real people, living and breathing, hopes and dreams, all that mess. But they're trying to kill us, trying to kill me. So, is it okay to do what I did? To do any of this? There's at least 8 dead people in this room. How many more have to die before we get out of here? My thoughts are snapped back to reality as we round a pillar, leading up to the closed fire door. This is where it happened. This is the place. I close my eyes, not even wanting to see the new hellish level I've stooped myself down into. Well, I had them closed for about a second. Gordon's brisk pace only needs a split second for me to decide if I actually want to look or not. It's now or never. Also, one thing I like about Blast Pit is that Blast Pit Black Mesa's monster doesn't follow you up the stairs just because you climbed it, and I think that's way nicer. It's way more polite. Why the hell? Oh, there it is. I was wondering why my Discord was suddenly giving me a little bloop bloop bloop. Because I don't get bleep bloops. I don't get little red dots. I know everyone has that on. I have it on for very specific servers where I kind of need to know, and the rest are all muted, and I check them when I feel like it. So now whenever I crack open one eye, and there's no one there. Heavy sigh. Like a patient getting a negative cancer diagnosis. I don't think this is the time for a metaphor. I hadn't actually killed someone. I'm not a murderer. I mean, you shot him with one pistol. My eye suddenly catches something that brings my celebration to a halt. While Gordon works on opening the firing door, its blaring alarm lights jarring. My eyes stay firmly fixed on a puddle of blood and a discarded helmet on the walkway. There's no body, no corpse to scream murder at me. There's a possibility remains the same. I legitimately shot someone. Fuck. I appreciate that this is your response. I appreciate your response as fuck. It's not like fucking italics to indicate that it's like, or like fucking all lowercase with no punctuation to indicate that it's this very short thought. Just fuck. Come on, man, dress it up a little. Use some of that structural component you're obviously using. I do like the subtlety of this. Like, obviously she did damage, and this person is a human being, right? Gordon can take a few bullets because he's got cool, fancy power armor. This man does not have that luxury. Anyway, so guys, in the next one, we're going to split this one up. It's like 1,000 words, and I feel like being in my life.